Hi, welcome to my channel. My name is Kelsey. I'm a graphic designer. I make videos all about my creative life and about tips and tricks for being a graphic designer and getting into this industry. So today I have an onboarding video to share with you. This is great for anyone that's looking to work with a designer. So maybe you're a client, or maybe you're actually a designer who is just kicking off your freelance career. Either way, I know the process can be a bit overwhelming and you might not know what you're getting into. So I really want this video to help you out and to get you that prospective client or to get you that brand that you're looking for. So this is great for anyone that does brand projects, that's what I do a lot of, or anyone that's maybe looking for a custom illustration. If you're looking for a one-off for your business, like business cards or thank you notes or social media templates, this is a process you can use for any of those. So this is 5 steps and let's get into it. Okay, the first step is really making that inquiry or that DM. A lot of times I get clients through Instagram, they'll just shoot me a message over there and we can start talking and moving forward in email, or they'll go on my website and they'll submit an inquiry form that I have on there that also lists like their project goals and what their timeline would be. It's just a couple of questions because we're just learning to see if we are going to be a good match, which is something I will talk a lot about throughout this process. But initially, there's a lot of different ways you can sell your work and get new clients. And if you want to learn more about that, I have a video all about it. But here we're just starting that initial step because someone's seen your work through Instagram or Pinterest or on your website and they know they want to work with you. Now we're moving into having a bit of a conversation. So I'm going to be sending an email that includes the different scopes of my work. So if it's a brand new project inquiry, I share what everything is included in the brand project, from the mood boards to the supporting elements to the style guide. I give a little bit of a brief explanation into that. And then I also share a general price on the project, just a similar estimate or something that I would anticipate for the price to be, just so the client has an awareness of what they may be getting into. And then once that's all said and done, I also offer a free discovery call. So this is just something that I have a link to through this app called Calendly, and the client is able to schedule a 15-minute session with me. This is great because it will be a chance for the client to really see me face to face and for me as well. Now in the discovery call, we're talking a little bit more about their project. I have some more questions to ask them, and I ask them to really fill me in on anything and everything that they can tell me about what they're looking for. And then I also share a little bit more about my brand, the Willoughby Design business, and what I include in my different services, what I include in different packages and different work I've done, and just a little bit more about the company. And so this is a great chance for us to really, again, fit and make sure we are going to be a great pair, a great match to work together, because it's really important that we are on the same page and have the same expectations. And it's just a great chance to really get to know each other. I love getting to know my clients, and seeing each other face to face really makes it become a bit more personable and real, even though we can't meet in person now. And a lot of times people that I work with could be all over the world. So this call is great to really get to know each other and, again, make that connection. The last thing that we share in this call is talking about a timeline. I usually come with the next available date I have, and then I talk about how long I expect this project to take. And then we end with a couple things that I will be handing off next after the discovery call. So post-discovery call is a chance for the client to say they want to move forward working with me, or it could be a chance for them to say maybe they don't think we're going to be a great fit, or maybe it's a chance for me to say we're not going to be a great fit. I just want to make sure we're both comfortable and on the same page, and what they're looking for me is similar to what I'm looking for them, and we have the same vision, and it's something that is in my wheelhouse. Next, I'm going to be sending a brand introduction to them, which is just a little bit more about my services, a little bit more about my brand, Willoughby Design, and then a little bit more about different projects I've already completed. Instead of that, I would also share an official timeline of what I would be looking at. So it shares exactly when I'll be sending over the mood board options, when I would want those mood board options to be reviewed and back to me, and so on, just so we have an expectation to stay online with deadlines and for the project to be completed at a great, reasonable time. The other thing I would include in this email is an official quote. Since I've just spoken and learned more about the project, I have an expectation of what I would want to be paid or what the rate would be for this project. And that's where the individual that's getting into this would have an understanding of what I would be asking for. Just because I don't want anyone to be blindsided, I want there to be complete transparency in any of my interactions with my clients. And so it's just a great chance to make sure we're going to be on the same page for timeline and for the payment as well. Okay, now the fifth and final step is just having the client fill out a brand questionnaire. So this is something that is just online. It's through a Google form that is branded to look like Little Bee Designs, and it's a chance to really get to know the brand. So I ask about like what types of goals the business is going to have, what type of missions you're going to have, what different styles of the look. Maybe you include a few links to other businesses that you can see yourself fitting in similarly, or maybe ones that you don't agree with as much or you don't align with their look as much. It's just a great chance for me to start to see your vision. And then I'll also ask for a Pinterest board to be shared with me. Sometimes clients aren't on Pinterest, so they can just send me different inspirational pieces. But usually a Pinterest board is great to really understand the type of look and mood they'll be going into. And it's really valuable to me as when I step into creating an official mood board for them. But this brand questionnaire is, again, just the start to kick off learning how your strategy will play out in your branding and what your look and feel will start to be like. Along with completing this brand questionnaire, I ask for a deposit to be made. This is just something to know that you are serious, that you are valuing the work I'll be putting into it, and it's just an assurance with me that I have a client that will be paying me at the end, and the work that I'm doing will actually be worth something. I just have to make sure that no one will run away with the work that I will be doing. And this is where a contract or agreeing to certain terms would come into play too. So now that a deposit and the terms are agreed to, then we can move on and start the project and start looking into the fun stuff. Okay, so now we're kicking off the project. I hope this video helped you. I just want everyone to have a better understanding when you're working with a designer, or maybe for someone that's starting off in their design career. I know when I was starting off, I was really overwhelmed, and I'm still developing this process. I know it will change depending on the client, but this is generally what I do, and I know a lot of designers follow the same sort of step through. But I do want to include that every designer is different. So if you're working with someone that may do it a little differently, I just hope this has set you up with understanding it a little bit. But if you have any questions, feel free to comment below, DM me. I'm always happy to help and happy to walk people through working with a designer or helping designers get started. So I really appreciate you watching this video, and I'll talk to you next time.
You can still walk away. What if I told you this love won't be easy? Will you still be